Hello. It's staticky, but yeah. Sounds like a fan. Yes. No, you're good now. What's going on? Oh. What is the second one on number one?
For whatever reason, our life.
Aliens and what? What is that? Yeah.
Alright, I got that. Now I'll switch this over. Are y'all getting stormed on over there?
Storm? Yeah, we still got it. Getting hit pretty good.
You still got what?
But we still got rain coming down.
What?
Hey, what's up, Shrek? What's going on, fam?
Did that woman just say she used a chicken?
Let's see. There we go.
Alrighty then. Mom.
I done forgot which one that I put first.
Said what, Alex?
You good today?
You
ain't had any
it's gonna be a storm because you seen it raining earlier. How?
ain't had any paranormal activity going on, huh? Let's see.
Yeah.
Play that stuff in the background. Good old YouTube. So I think what was it? What was the first one?
Aliens and a new.
Anunnaki.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aliens and a.
Why did I hear myself?
One straight down from their spawn.
Okay. Nothing happened today. Fuck yeah. Shrek got spooked and scratched in the middle of the dang podcast last night. Or just shooting shit. I'm sitting here thinking I'm playing it. There we go. So, aliens and Anunnaki. So, since you're not familiar with the word, I'm assuming you're not familiar with the Anunnaki themselves.
I am not now.
So, the Anunnaki is basically what everyone thinks of as the creator race of aliens. Like, if humans weren't divine creations or, what is it? Through evolution. Some people think that.
No, you're good.
I'm a little
Yeah,
quiet.
there's another
Alright, let
one
me
down
pop
there.
this up. Tell me if that's a little bit better, Shrek.
Fuck, she's still there.
It's this.
Straight down.
alien race, like an ancient alien race that came to Earth millions of years ago, and we are descendants of them. And a lot of like biblical people think, like not modern day Christians, but like kind of like the scientific religious community think that it was like the God race, the creator race.
Right.
And these are the guys that are said to have instructed Egypt, Samaria, and all these other lands that of why they built the things they did and had the technology they did, like doing the pyramids or doing all this other crazy shit.
I
Like,
have never heard of that.
yeah, like the ancient astronauts, basically. Like, you ever heard the conspiracy? Obviously, conspiracy, because that's what we're talking about. You ever heard the theory that we are. There wasn't an asteroid that killed the dinosaurs, it was actually a vessel carrying two beings, say Adam
Oh.
and Eve.
And then, yeah, we killed the dinosaurs.
Yeah, we murked them motherfuckers. Like, that's why we are kind of unmatched to anything else on the planet.
Yeah, I've heard that before, and how what is it? Where we were the asteroid that killed dinosaurs, and oh, that's what we said. I can't remember what it was called. Do you know what I'm talking about? The we were the Mars people. What are those called?
Martians?
Yes, we were the Martian.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, if you look at it separately from the Bible and just go on, like, theory alone, like, it's possible. Why is. You look at different animals, so there's different breeds of cats. There's different breeds of primate
Words are hard
and ape.
sometimes.
There's different breeds of orca, whale, but they're all similar categories. Like big fish, fucking big mammals, uh, canines, felines, monkeys, and all that. There's a bunch of different types of each, but they're the same family, same genome. And then you have humans.
Wouldn't there be giants of humans?
Thanks.
Well, that would be the Nephilim, which kind of goes in theory with the Anunnaki as well. You can kind of piggyback them off of each other.
Interesting.
Like say that, like the Anunnaki
Oh,
say they're
one behind me?
fucking 20 feet tall. They come here, and if humans were already here or evolved, they come here and start mating with them motherfuckers. And then you start creating what would be the Nephilim.
So here's the real question: are aliens secretly fallen angels, or are they something else?
That's another big thing. Like, I guess so. You got your hardcore religious buffs out there saying that aliens are actually demons or demonic or angelic or whatever the hell you want to call it. And if that was the case, I'm trying to fix my screen here. If that was the case, I mean, it would make sense because they're interdimensional. They can travel in and out. But I guess the same thing. Like, you got good and bad people. You have good and bad extraterrestrials. So there you can have angels and demons from different places. And if it was like an ancient culture that, say, Christianity, they can see these things, and instead of thinking like, oh my god, they're aliens from outer space, they're like, man, that's a goddamn demon.
Then again, everybody used to think everything was a god back then, like lightning, oh, Thor.
Yeah. Man, how's a bright flashlight? I bet you there's some jacked, super swole, like really handsome, overly handsome man up there with a beard and a big old hammer. I bet that's what that was.
I wonder who actually thought about that shit. Like, probably like the town drunk.
Well, I mean, the Vikings are all about mead.
That is true.
But, like, I mean, that religion dates back prior to Christianity. Uh, what the hell is the actual name of it? The Norse religion dates back before Christianity.
Mythology or whatever.
Yeah, the mythology itself, even though like it didn't get popularized into the world until like the 16th and well, no, it was like 910,000 BC or 900 and 1,000 BC. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm over here talking about the future.
Fuck! Stairs.
But I mean, that could be the same thing with Greek mythology. That could be the same thing with Egyptian, Roman. I mean, even Native American cultures, like all the way to the Mayans, all the way to the freaking Aztecs, to the like Sumerians. It's in a broad spectrum. It's all still kind of the same shit, just different main characters.
So
What's
my
going on in the
question,
background? Are you talking about the cussing? That's Miss Bathwater getting angry at Call of Duty.
Huh?
Shrek's like, "What's going on in the background?"
I'm so sorry.
Or if you hear like static, it's a rainstorm going on outside.
That's my fault. I'm sorry, Shrek. I get violent. I'm so sorry.
All you have is Vic in the background. Fuck.
Fuck! I'm so sorry. I'm not though.
But what do you personally think, David?
on what, like the mythology or
What and the plausibility of these things existing, and if they did,
Oh.
is it biblical or is it just extraterrestrial?
I think it's both. But if I were to give you a spoonful of the ocean, would you tell me that there's no fish in it besides us?
Hmm.
Here's one more.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true.
Like there's more out there than what we're actually getting. And that's another thing is the scientists and government, they all lie about what's really out there, like Area 51 and all that.
Yeah, but like, do you think they lie about it because it's like, is it a threat to them because they've orchestrated a religion the entire time to control the people?
See, I don't know because for the simple fact of that if you ever like go back and like read like all like the books and watch the movies and stuff, the aliens always take over. But also with the alien abductions, maybe they're like a peace treaty. Like here, you can take this many people, just don't come raid us. You know,
Like, okay, so it's a trade off, like a sacrifice.
more or less.
Uh, like that Supernatural episode where they used to tie the people to the tree for the scarecrow.
Yeah, for
Like,
apple powers worth that.
leave us be. Take these guys. Annual sacrifices. But like, I'm looking at it now. Like, some people believe like that's Anunnaki had a lot to do with the Atlantean race, and that was the
And then
fall of Atlantis.
yeah, but and then also
Thanks.
if like everybody's like always trying to find the lost city of Atlantis, what if it was in the sky? Like a city made of gold and everything.
What if? Hear me out. You
No,
got
no.
Atlantis, the sea
In the
people
sky.
in the sky. How,
But like,
however, then you have the whole biblical firmament freaking conspiracy with that kind of the waters above as below.
yeah, like we're surrounded by water, like we're in a like a snow
God
globe type
does.
deal.
And earthquakes is just a child shaking it for Christmas.
God damn.
Son of a bitch! I think we're on to something. No,
No, have you ever watched the movie? It came out a couple years ago, like the Krampus movie. That was really
the
popular.
original or the main one, not the like the B budget ones.
I'm so sorry.
The
I do not usually play
like the
horror.
one that came out. What year was it? Oh, man. Look,
The one that actually hit theaters. There's just
Yeah.
Krampus. Yeah.
the
Oh,
2015.
Shit, yeah, that's
Like
all
the
that stuff
ending?
took place in that snow globe.
Yes.
So it's its own reality. We're talking
Like,
about
what if it's not so much Krampus, but like different, like I don't know, like gods, like each
Okay,
god.
I hear you.
has their own globe.
Yeah, and like they serve their people. Like Jesus has his snow globe, and like Zeus has his, and then so forth and so forth and so forth.
That would be yeah, Shrek. So it's random shit, but it's all tying into conspiracies. That essentially you just described almost like the multiverse.
Yes.
And I think
But
the most like basic Barney style kindergarten way to describe it, but it
No
makes the
globe.
most sense.
No globes.
Snow globes.
Hey, some people have their things, man. Could be Russian dolls, could be snow globes.
Those are two very broad opposite sides of the spectrum. But well, no. I was thinking of a different type of Russian doll, the kind that you order online. That's a human being. You're
Oh,
talking about like the stacking things that goes in.
yeah, the stack.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
those annoying.
let me see if I can pop this up without throwing this off. It's probably gonna throw it off. It is. So Anu Naki. Russian dolls are creepy. What?
They are.
Why are they creepy?
You ever seen one?
The stackable things?
The fucking little Russian dolls.
The little stackable cup things? Not cups, but it's like a smaller doll and a smaller doll and a smaller doll.
Yes.
Why is that creepy? It's just not. There's much creepier things out. So the Anunnaki, which is Sumerian, also transcribed as Anunnaki.
I don't know if you're able to hear him or not, but my kid is like, we bought him a bouncer, so like he's going crazy. So if we hear it, I do apologize.
Oh, you're Gucci, man. We have lives. We understand that stuff. It's a group of deities of ancient Sumerians, Akkadians, Assyrians, and Babylonians in the earliest Sumerian writings about them, which comes from the post. Oh God, it's like a flashbang. Which comes from the post-Akkadian period. The Anunnaki are deities in the pantheon, descendants of An and Ki, the god of the heavens and the goddess of earth. And their primary functions was to decree.
What if the
fates of
gods and
humanity.
the god were Adam and Eve?
Oh, that's plausible. It is bright, dude. Like when I clicked over to this screen, it's like I got hit with a flashbang on COD.
Oh God.
Is there not a night mode for this? Night. There's got to be a night mode for like a browser. Well, I got the night mode and everything else. I don't know. So yeah, what if the original gods of the Anunnaki were Adam and Eve? Just transcribed differently in the Christian Bible.
Yes.
Their primary function was to decree the fates of humanity. They should not be confused with the Apakalu. That's interesting. But it doesn't say like the god. What is it? The god of the heavens and the god of hell. It's the god of heavens and the god of goddess of Earth. Huh. I'm starting to think here. But were they the? I mean, with it being Sumerian, Sumerian's the oldest culture on Earth. Like it, you don't go really further back than that. And it also talks about Babylonian.
No.
So Babylonian's biblical. Babylon's in the Bible. Man, that dog is barking his ass off.
Was that the puppy?
Yeah. So I'm wondering, that was Adam and Eve, where the faith divides of how the story was broken down.
See, but the thing is, it's like most stories nowadays. Like you hear one version versus the truth. So where did the truth get twisted out of?
It's a millennia upon millennia upon millennia game of telephone.
That's like you telling your great grandkids a story of war, and then they tell it completely different versus how they got it.
Like I'm telling my grandkids one day that like there was a bug that flew in the house and I smashed it. Then my grandchild gets older and he's like, my grandfather fought the Mothman hand to hand. Like he beat his ass and stomped his corpse into the ground. I don't know why my grandson sounds like he smokes Marlboro Reds, but
Oh no, you got tuberculosis.
he beat tuberculosis out of the Mothman and rose him from the dead like goddamn, what was it, Lazarus. That's about as ADHD as we can get right there. What is the Mothman? Shrek, do you not remember our podcast the other night of the cryptids, the Mothman of our neck of the woods here in West Virginia? He was the harbinger of disaster, basically. Anytime someone saw the Mothman, like something terrible would happen, being like the Silver Bridge collapse. But let's see.
My man, Mothman got some bodies.
Mothman's got a kill count.
Wasn't there like a couple hundred people that died from that? Actually, though.
Oh yeah, in the collapse, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a tragedy. It's kind of going hand in hand with the Anunnaki. The conversation me and you like having at work, being a YouTube survey that I'm skipping.
That's a party foul.
The flat Earth theory. Because I know you've asked me. I know you told me kind of what you thought about it. Like, so the waters above, or the waters below
It even says in the Bible. Hold on. Can you hear me typing?
No.
Okay. Hold on.
Like, it talks about the firmament.
Yeah.
And the waters on Earth being separate from the waters in the heavens.
One behind the tanker truck on our side.
Dude, what if we were just like in like God's little fish tank?
Dude, you
Like,
know, that'd be depressing as fuck.
Like we're just like genuine like goldfish, and like he's just watching us,
feeding us every once in a while.
And like the asteroids are like little fish flakes. Like, here you go.
Well, I don't think anyone's eating asteroids. I know a few people that probably would, but like,
dude, there somebody in the world has eaten an asteroid. I don't care what anybody says. Somewhere down the line, somebody has.
Well, I mean, essentially, like if you think of it,
whether they catch it from the sky and just disintegrate, or they pick it up and just eat a rock.
Like God's been feeding us this whole time, and it's been like the most nutritious thing you can, and it's asteroids. But everyone's like, "Oh, space
and
rock."
that's why the military always comes and tries to find the asteroids
Because they know.
Whenever they know,
the,
then bastards. I just want a good old fish flake.
the well, I mean, if you think about it, like, so bottom feeders, whenever you put the food into the tank, all the stuff settles on the ground. Spider! Got him.
Yo, what was that? Yeah.
I high-fived the spider, and turns out he wasn't about that life.
High-five the spider.
Yeah.
Nice.
But where the fuck was I going with this? Oh yeah, so like the flakes settle down to the bottom, and it starts growing like basically algae and different stuff, bacteria, and the bottom feeders scrounge whatever grows through that.
Yes.
AKA rainfall, watering crops.
Oh fuck.
For that freeze.
Jesus.
Because at one point in time, the earth was covered in giant mushrooms before there was even trees.
Yeah.
And then if you actually go, like, look at mountains, they are actually just cut down trees.
Yeah, like
how big
the Devil's Tower and shit
Yes.
like that. Like, it looks like bark, like a giant petrified tree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just watching us fight sounds, but like it's like that episode of what was it, The Simpsons or South Park or whatever it was, where like
I think it was Simpsons.
we were like the interstellar fucking comedy show for all the aliens to watch. Tonight on
Yes.
Fox, Earth. But like, I don't know. Looking at the flat Earth part, like, because you look at all the ancient maps you have, like the maps before, when everything was flattened out in a circle, not necessarily a globe, and then they have the maps of the ice wall. They have outer lying, like, not really, it's like outer lying continents on those maps, and they depict different types of animals in different areas. Like, they had freaking camels where Antarctica should be.
Yeah. But here's my question though. Who actually figured out what the Earth looked like? Like, back then they didn't have satellites and whatnot, so how did they know how it looked and get a good actual representation of that?
That's my thing. Like, did they take a ship and like measure out the continents?
Each, like,
I know the shape of this by looking at it eye to eye, not from fucking 1,500 miles up. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't think people ask that question enough. Is like, how did they decide the shape of this and get it accurate before we had satellites?
It's gonna be a fucked up squiggly line circle. Speaking of Australia, dude, like, there's so much terrible things in Australia. It ain't even funny. Like, it has a season of spiders. Like, why?
Hey, you like rain? Yeah, I love rain. What about raining spiders?
No.
They looked around and it was nowhere close to good maps. But, like, it's still somewhat relevant compared to satellite imagery. Like, sure, the continents
And then that also goes back to, like, the alien. Like, like, what if the aliens actually told us, like, how, like, quotations, how the Earth was way back in, like, the Egyptian times?
They gave
and then
them
like,
the map to the globe.
Yeah, like the math ain't mathin', Chief.
Like, who was it originally? What person originally looked up at the constellations and was like, I can travel by this?
I want to know who looked up at the stars and be like, I see a horse.
We're screwed.
Like as a child, I don't think I've ever looked up and be like, travel.
Yeah, Mommy, look, it's a pony.
If you take a completely ignorant human being that knows nothing about space, that knows nothing about what's beyond a continent of which they live, because these civilizations, like, it's not like you didn't have people traveling from the middle of freaking Kazakhstan east and ended up hitting the freaking
Shit.
Pacific Ocean. They weren't doing that on foot, but yet they had maps.
Yeah.
But like, you're telling me that one of them's like, yeah, if I look at this constellation and I do northwest at this rate, like they knew travel, and the same thing with sailors. Like,
And then it also goes back to like the pirates. Like, how did they know where to go? They just winged it.
I can't hear us shit and
yeah,
what
like
they're saying.
just, let's hit the water and just go.
Trust me, bro. I know what I'm doing.
Source, trust me, bro. But
Trust me, bro. I know a spot.
looking at the firmament thing in current day, you got like, look at rockets. Rockets all go up at an angle.
Shit.
But then again, have you ever like? Has anybody ever actually seen space? Because
Only a
like that
handful
video.
of people.
But here's my thing, though. How do you know? Because they also faked those nuclear bomb videos. They even faked it all.
Oh yeah, the ones we were watching the other day at work.
Yes, the one that broke your heart.
Yep. Like, so, I don't know. Like, there's only a small selection of people on this planet that have seen "quote unquote" space.
Here, I want you to do something. I want you to look up who created NASA. Wasn't it Von creator NASA? Hold on. No, it wasn't Dwight D. Hazard. Who was it? It was
Walter.
Werner von Braun. Look up his tombstone.
What was his name?
Werner von Braun. He was a Russian.
That
Psalms
that
9.
created NASA.
You know what?
He was one of them. But on his grave it says Psalms 19:1.
Okay.
Look up what 19:1 is on Psalms.
And flat Earth is more of a recent thing. They never thought that. Well, they did. So, they're like, who was it? Someone came up with the globe Earth, but prior to that, like, people thought their world was flat.
Yeah. But look, but Psalms 19:1, the heavens declare the glory of God, the skies proclaim the work of his hands. Day after day they poured forth speech, night after night they displayed knowledge. There is no speech or language where their voice is not heard. So pretty much what it's
You
saying
know what?
is
You know what?
nobody can hear us in space.
Elaborate. Jesus Christ. Heavens proclaim the glory of God. The skies display its craftsmanship day after day. They continue to speak night after night. They make him known. They speak without a sound or word. Their voice is never heard, yet their message has gone throughout the earth and the words to all the world. God has made a home in the heavens for the sun. It bursts forth like a radiant bridge. Bridegroom? Radiant bridegroom. Okay. After his wedding,
Probably.
it rejoices like great athlete eager to run the race. The sun rises at one end of the heavens and follows its course to the other end. Nothing can hide from its heat. So, is that saying one end of the firmament to the other end? It doesn't say around.
Yes.
Dude, I just realized it's one person's name.
Because theoretically, a sphere is never ending, it has no start or stop. But a circle does on a flat plane. It has edges. Vicky says hello. So I might be digging too far into this. Like I feel like I'm a stoner
That's just like
theorizing
trip.
shit, but like I don't know. The radiant bridegroom. What? Uh, but you know what it doesn't mention? The moon. No, it's not a perfect sphere, but it's like even an egg or an oval being like in a 3D object has no beginning or end. It is a continuous object. A
It's
circle is
never ending.
yeah, a circle is continuous if you trace the edges, but it has sides. I'm overthinking this, but like I don't know. Like I still want to know about the old maps. Maps of Earth and ice wall. Which, yeah, this. So this right here, you have. Let's see. Can I actually click on it? Can I zoom in? I cannot zoom in. No, I don't want to flag it as inappropriate. View image. There we go. So you have the
Mainland.
mainland.
And see, there's only 2 openings. And then also, if you remember, like from the last time we talked about like the megalodons and all the other dinosaurs, what if the dinosaurs are behind the ice wall?
You sound a little insane sometimes. Yeah, I know, but it's all just random thoughts.
Is that a rabbit?
Like,
But
yeah, there's 2
then again,
openings.
did you hear about the China finding dinosaurs like alive?
Shit.
They found dinosaurs alive.
Yes. It was or oh man. They a theropod and a ornithopod.
That I've not heard about that.
But more or less it was a big like it was a bird like dinosaur.
Like a pterodactyl.
Kind of. More or less like a big old chicken.
Ah,
Like a big old chicken.
that sounds good. I'd eat it. But they found it. Like China claimed to find that.
Yes. Like there was actual this was a couple years ago.
China's like, yo, we got dinosaurs.
And then they also found a was I think it was China or Japan. I think it was Japan.
Oh no, I recently, not to cut you off, but like, so it was either China or Japan talking about that radiation leak from Fukushima, how they took all of that radiation and like filtered it, but also dumped it into the ocean. And
Mhm.
now they're saying that like Godzilla's a possibility, like through mutation.
Dude, that would be the day.
How are you going out? Well, I pictured many different ways of going out, but Godzilla was definitely not one of them. Sharks and alligators are probably one of the closest descendants to dinosaurs that we got. Uh, Alligators being, I mean, they live hundreds of. They had alligators down south that was like 150 years old.
But back in 2019, wait, was it 2019 or 2015? The world's largest cave in the world was found by a Japanese scientist, and it had its own ecosystem. And that also goes back to like the ancient times of like cave people.
Like it was not prehistoric, but like one of those
No, but
approximate.
like an underground cave had its own ecosystem, had its own clouds, had its own sky, had its own trees, had its own everything.
Really?
And the trees were so huge that the oxygen level down in that cave was over 26%. And just the earth alone is at 19% oxygen levels.
Really?
Yes. And then back then that there's a science behind it. I don't remember exactly. Like I remember learning about it. But
Well, I mean, obviously, yeah. Back in that day, the oxygen levels were fucking damn near pure. There was no like pollutants. Yeah, they do. But like they found.
well then again there was like hold on a minute. What was it? The only kind of hold on a minute, let me look this up.
I'm looking at
And
this
then like
map. There's multiple.
like right here, the link between air quality and climate change may seem like a I don't know how to say that word. Occurrence between new studies have found that dinosaur flatulence have warmed the planet 150 million years ago. So more or less, the dinosaurs' farts and the dead bodies of dinosaurs put so much methane in the earth that they actually lowered the oxygen level.
Like the decomposition through like
Yes.
the ground and shit.
Like their like poop, their farts, their dead bodies, all of it, the methane from them,
Yeah.
like warmed the earth 150 million years ago.
Oh shit.
Oof. Damn, he's laying down.
So what you're saying is
I mean,
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is on to something with the cow farts.
Yes.
If we don't stop the cows, we're gonna die in 10 years. No, we're not. But no, I can see it. I mean, it's just like anything, like so. Anything decomposing in an area, so whether it be a bunch of bodies, it pollutes the air. Like it makes it toxic. But if it was just animals of that size all over the place, it will make sense. But like I'm looking at this map here, dude, and I've looked at a bunch of flat Earth things. This thing has like 1, 2, 3, 4 moons, but like each
Yes.
one is circled in of another object itself. So you got an
Yes.
old moon. You have one called Ya, and then you have our moon. in
Yeah,
the
you got
center.
like Ya, you got Bowl, you got Set Anubius, then you also got where'd it go? Sol. SOL.
That's our
Sol.
sun. Our sun is Sol. Then you have Bowl in the middle ring, and you have old unknowns.
But
Sun sprinkled out to unknown continents. There's one, two. There's 2 of each on the outer ring. Did you say Yah? Yes. YAH. But I'm also looking at another one. It says Thoth, the moving island.
so what if Thoth is actually like a turtle that is like an island? You know, if it's a moving island.
That's a whole nother freaking belief in of itself. Like
Yes, it
there's
is, and
people out there that think
that
that we're on the
also is
back
like
of a turtle.
ancient times. Like the Earth is actually just on the back of a big old turtle
It's in the
going through
stairway.
space.
Who thought of that?
Somebody tripping.
So yo, man,
You see that turtle right there?
what
We're
if
on it.
what if we're on a much larger scale, and all this
Here,
ground is his back?
I'm gonna send you a picture of something real quick. It's a map, but I want to get your perspective on that. Oh man, it's sending.
No, yeah. So it sounds crazy, like, and honestly, the whole idea of it's fucking insane. But like, people, you can look it up. People believe that.
But look at the map I just sent you. like you know how I was talking about like how there's different Earths in one galaxy, like you know,
Oh yeah.
what if like all like I don't know how to explain it. More or less, like it's a one Earth, but different areas of like continents.
Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna put this in the Discord. General. Pop this
178 worlds under the Great Dome.
under the Great Dome. But is the dome the universe or is? Oh,
What is it now? You're cutting it out.
yeah. It just I opened Discord on this one and it swapped me over.
Oh, got you.
Let's see. Let me pop it up. Not that general. Okay. I don't know whose Discord I just shared that in. No, I didn't mean to put that in theirs. Whoops. Let me delete that. Can you no, well, let me try it again. I just shared that in another person's Discord. Whoops. Discord. Um no. Select channel. Bathwater Battalion.
Yep. Nice plan, y'all.
Well, this is going to be put in there because it's the only thing that's popping up. So I'll pull it up through that. It's going to be in the mental health section of the Discord. Open. Download. There we go. That. Just let me open the fucking thing. Why has this got to be so difficult?
Someone.
Just once. Oh my god.
Stranger danger.
So not prepared for that. Firefox. Fuck it.
Oh my god.
It's a map. There we go. I'm gonna slide this bitch on over. I wonder if it'll let me pop that up. No, not that. Not that. Well, I just slaughtered that terribly. I don't know how I can fucking share it. Oh well. I'll figure it out someday.
But like you see the map that I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you see how there's like a bunch inside one dome.
What?
There we go. Yeah, it's. I don't know, man. Like, is that the multiverse or is that just?
I did.
Is that just us? Because this is basically a landmass of the Earth that incorporates all of the other planets.
Oh shit. He's laying down right there.
Because you have the
And
land of Venus.
then also there was this dude on TikTok, not to cut you off before I lose this. There was a dude who was just scrolling through Google Earth, like the app,
Yeah.
and he clicked on a random continent, and it
I'll
showed
tell
the
you when we
exact
start
same
when we get
picture
back
that
to the
used
lobby.
to show like them being on Mars.
Wait, what?
So like, like I can't remember. I think I sent it to you. But
No.
what if there is no other space like planets
just one big planet.
Our
Like,
solar system's in within one planet.
yes.
I did see you in the Discord, Shrek. It's the image of what he was describing. I just can't pop it up on the screen for some godforsaken reason.
I mean, I can send you the link if you want, or
Yeah, you can pop the link in the Discord.
all right, give me a second.
I don't know. Like, that's one of those things. The more you try to wrap your head around it, the more you feel like you're gonna get sent to an asylum.
Yeah. Which Discord do you want me to send it to?
Just do the general chat for the battalion or Bathwater Battalion.
I'll send it to Bathwater Battalion.
Alright, I'll just switch it to party only.
I dropped it.
So, when I went, like, I have
General.
kidney problems, right? And I initially
There we
went for
go.
her to check and see if that's what was causing the problem. Well,
Yeah.
she tested it, but, like, I told her everything that was going on, and she's like, oh, you have COVID, you have COVID. And I'm like, I don't
Yeah,
have
that's
fucking COVID.
this is
for
fucking
one.
insane. I don't know who
Like,
came
I've
up with
already
this,
tested
but
it,
like,
for it. It's not COVID. You're a fucking
I feel
idiot.
like this person is
No, I don't have it.
in more
And
peyote
she sent
than
her nurse back in there, and she fucking
exists on the planet.
N95 mask on.
Yeah.
gloves up to her
This
elbow.
dude
But-
ascended
Your little
past
stick,
every
I'm like, "You're
fucking
not testing me. I'm
monk
already
in it
tested. Go
that's
fuck
ever lived.
yourself." And the doctor comes back in, no gloves, no nothing, and she's like pushing around on my forehead and my face, and she hits me in the back and stuff, which my back.
I like how
hurts.
it's the one I had up is
Like,
from
on my forehead and
bodybuilding.com.
stuff,
How the
'cause I
fuck does
have
that make
a
any sense?
headache. And I've had one for like a week now. Well, anyways,
So,
she hits me in the back and
Earth
stuff,
is
which
flat,
it
but like I
hurts.
do
That's
like there
why
was
I
a
thought it was
kid
gonna
that
be my kidneys.
I know it's
She
a
said
little.
that
It's like a lot
my
too
kidneys
much.
looked good, and my urine looked good. And,
But this one kid described it.
she gave me medication.
How did he
but
do
her
this? So
didn't tell
they
me
put
what
a
it's for,
flat
but the medication ended in,
a flat
like,
picture of
LINE,
say
and that's not
the
an
Earth,
antibiotic.
and then on
'Cause
top of
no
that they put a
antibiotics
glass
ended that.
bowl.
Well, when I looked it up, she gave me an anti-fucking
And-
Yeah, and then they
I'm
put a
like, bitch,
flashlight
I
over it,
already
and
Yep.
it represented the
I don't
sun.
need anymore.
And like as they had it on
Yeah.
one side, the other
So-
side of that flat picture was dark.
That's how.
And as it rotated, so did the dark rotate on the other side the entire way around. Like, I don't know, it hurts my brain, man.
Like, the more you think about it,
So
the
I just
more
kinda stayed home today
everything
and-
connects.
and, yeah.
This is all making a dangerous amount of sense. It also hurting my brain. Okay, we'll skip past that and stop hurting our brain. What is the biggest conspiracy theory out there right now? The most popular one.
Elon Musk is the Antichrist.
I mean, he could be.
Dude, there's no way he's not.
I don't think anyone would be like surprised at all. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Like, some of the things they bring up is like, fuck, they're onto something there. But Elon Musk is the Tesla guy, and SpaceX, and he owns Twitter now. But the Illuminati.
Yeah, definitely the Illuminati. Bill Gates. my man.
Shrek
Bill
said,
Gates.
"Oh, the nerd."
Bill Gates.
You think Bill Gates runs the Illuminati?
No, Bill Gates is like one of the top dogs, definitely.
Yeah, because the dude owns fucking everything. And
I mean, he owns everything, and then he also got that fake chicken approved, and then all the vaccines and everything else.
oh yeah, the processed
Also,
chicken.
like,
Not
yeah,
processed, but like the lab grown.
the lab grown meats, like the fish, the beef, the steak, the chicken. What else is there? Like, just everything.
So, I mean, that would explain why the dude's grabbing up all the land possible to
And
stop
then
people
that
from
also
being
ties back
self-sustainable.
to like Maui and stuff because like more or less he's in control of population and he's trying to like off all the poor people because more or less
She's laying in the flower
he
bed as soon as you pop out.
if I send a TikTok to Discord, will it let you watch like
Yeah, she's laying
my
in the
husband? Yeah,
I don't know. I've never tried it.
I don't know. I'll send it to you and I'll let you take a gamble on that.
So like with the Illuminati, like it started off saying that they are the bloodline of Christ. Like they
That's a fault.
but in all actuality, if it being an actual thing now, all it is the like the billionaires of the world. Like you can have whatever bloodline you want to have if you have enough money, whether it's true or not. Like it might have started out as something positive, like the Freemasons might have started out as something positive, or the Templars and all that. But just like anything else, it dwindled down a dark path.
You know how many Freemasons built Beckley?
I imagine most of them. Like I feel like Mike's secretly one, but that's
Probably.
that's neither
Like,
here nor there. His dad was or some shit.
like whenever I used to mow grass, like we used to cut this one cemetery, and there was at least 90 plus Freemason like graves
Really?
just in one cemetery in Beckley. Yeah.
He's right in the middle.
What is it?
Like,
Yeah, it's the oldest cemetery in Beckley. Like it had the creator of Beckley buried in it.
do you think most of the people that join it think they're joining a positive organization, and they end up like they don't find out anything until they get deeper into it? Because like I've met a lot. Like I've done a lot. Like when I did military funerals, there's a lot of guys that were also Freemasons. So we did our services. Uh, we did our services of like the
Here,
military funeral
I'll-
honors, and then they did the Freemason honors as well.
I'm sending you a video that I was going to send you earlier on Discord.
Okay. People
Oh,
putting
hold on,
breath. Yeah, that's like a job here, Shrek. That's one of like the most rewarding
we
jobs
broke.
you can have.
Huh.
Is that
We
not
make.
a? Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, man.
Is that not a common like occupation in Germany? Well, then again, yeah, I don't like. Is that not a job?
What else can I send this to you on?
Pop it up. You can try sending a link in the Discord.
I'll try. I mean, it's a video, but
Yeah, you
whatever.
just share it. It should give you the option.
It might let me, might not. I say it's like a 2 minute long video. Nope, it won't let me.
Silderbird said, "Just remember that you can't use jet fuel to JFK the moon landing." So yeah,
Well,
jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams. We've learned that. But does jet fuel burn blue umbrellas?
yes.
But you know what doesn't? Laser beams. See, even he agrees. But like, as much as I hate to say it, like everyone looked at Alex Jones like he was crazy, but like now more and more and more stuff starting to
Dude, Alec
surface.
Jones was like part of the Illuminati, and he decided he didn't want to be no part of it, so he dipped and he started ratting on everybody.
You think that's what it is?
There's no way somebody that's just a basic dude has all the knowledge he has.
And the
Like
connections.
he has those connections down to the last tenth.
It would make sense. I mean, that would explain how he got into Bohemian Grove.
And then also all the like whistleblowers, like the Pizzagate, like that video I was showing you at work with the interview.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
They all had the connections and then tried to be the good guy.
Yeah.
Oh, you cut your grass yourself. I mean, I cut mine myself. David cuts his himself, but like, yeah,
There's some people that just can't do it, so they pay people.
people that are
Like,
well
mainly doing it. Cool.
more well off than we are too lazy or too old and then pay other people to do it for them.
Okay.
That's Hitler. Dude, I took my hat off earlier, and I guess my hair was to the side. And Vicky's like, "You look like Hitler." I'm like, I don't know how to feel about that. That was loud as shit.
I sent those pictures to the Discord. I don't know if it's sent or not.
Oh yeah, I got them all. Boy,
All 12?
boy, I feel like this Discord is now on a list.
Probably.
The bloodlines of the Illuminati. The Lee family, dog. That's a freaking Chinese name.
Fuck.
You think Americans were originally from England, dude? No, sir.
I don't know. My ancestors were here before all of y'all, so eat shit.
But there's the Kennedy, there's the McDonald, there's what else is there? There's the
Yeah, we got way too many lazy people in the states here.
Like if you generally read them, like
Damn, all
the
y'all
Rothschilds,
just
they own all the banks. The DuPont, they they're the French that came to America as a satanic royalty. The Disney bloodline.
I said all y'all's in double digits. I'm still not hearing single digits.
Like,
What?
where does this originate from? Because I mean, I'm pretty sure this can come from any Word document. But like, that's a lot of details.
Yeah.
The
And then
Onassis.
Reynolds.
But then again, so does that make Kennedy was Kennedy?
Oh, Kennedy, Marilyn Monroe, his brother, all of them. Abraham Lincoln, they were all in it. George Washington was a Freemason. All of them.
But like,
Every president.
why did Kennedy go against it?
More or less, Kennedy was trying to have like the actual term free land, and they said more or less hell no, and paid a dude to shoot him in the face. Like the CIA even openly admitted that they shot Kennedy.
There. Like, it feels like something's crushed. It makes my whole leg numb.
It's probably sciatic. Yeah, that's I don't know, man. Like, the more you look at all of that, so at a broad spectrum, if you look at the amount of conspiracy theories that are in our country alone, it from the outside it makes you look at it as like, why are there so many? And that shows a lack of trust in like leadership because of corruption, because of like centuries of lies, because of control, because of people gaining greed and fame, and no one knows what's real anymore.
No. Then again, everything we've ever been taught was a lie. But look up Fritz Springmeier, the guy that wrote the Blood of the Illuminati.
Look up, what was his name? Fritz Springmeier?
Fritz Springmeier. He was also part of Disney. He's part of everything.
Is an American author of conspiracy theory literature who has written a number of books claiming that a global elite who belong to satanic bloodlines are conspiring to dominate the world. He described his goal as exposing the NWO.
But he wrote like a bunch of books on the Illuminati and like the Rothschilds and all of them to expose them. But the books disappeared before they ever got published, and he just disappeared.
Like no longer exist.
He's still alive, but like
no, he's just a crazy person in everybody's eyes because that's what they made him to be.
Well, this says in November of 2003, he was sentenced to 51 months in prison on the armed robbery charge and 60 months on the aiding and abetting charge, fined $7,500, ordered to pay $64.88 in restitution. Like, he was wanted for armed robbery?
Allegedly. Then again,
I'm
that's
trying
like,
to steal the Declaration of Independence!
you know.
He went to jail because he tried to Nicolas Cage it.
Hey, oh yeah, to answer that question, number one actor from work earlier is definitely Nicolas Cage.
He's underrated.
He's what?
He's underrated. He wasn't back then, but now everyone just looks him as like a nut. But to be fair,
He is a nut.
the dude owns a fucking pyramid tomb in St. Francis Cemetery number 3,
Tastes like bubble gum.
which is in the same area as Marie Laveau, the voodoo priest.
I want the marble.
I've seen
But-
it. It's huge and it's gold.
What's huge in gold?
Nicolas Cage's crypt that he purchased in New Orleans. Yeah, is where he's gonna be buried. It's not just a crypt; it's a fucking pyramid. I don't know.
But
Have that much money.
like, have you looked at all into like the Pizzagate and like the
Yes.
like? Have you watched the new movie Sounds of Freedom or?
No, not yet. Which I'm gonna use code words for that because I feel like I'm gonna end up flagged. So like, we'll do SOF, and then we'll do Domino's Gate.
Dominic.
Like I have a YouTuber I watch. That's where I got a lot of my news because he's like not mainstream media. He's alternative, but he had to start censoring words because like they were ganking videos left and right.
Oh yeah.
What's going on with your eyes, Shrek? They fucking with you again, or is it my screen being too bright?
Oh,
But yeah, I mean, so like
bruh.
the SOF like digs really deep into it, but like people were trying to pivot and say that the guys that were running it were like part of the Freemasons and the Templar just because of like shapes that were on their tie.
Yeah. But like, dude, if you actually like go back into the history of that, it goes back way before America was even like existing.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's a thing that's been going around since ancient times. Because, I mean, if you look at Afghanistan and Iraq, they still do the same thing there because of their beliefs. But it's known. It's not like trying to be hidden.
Like it's normal there.
Yeah.
And that makes sense of why they always have war with like Iraq and stuff because they always just want to like go visit, I guess.
Speaking of Iraq, did you see all the stuff popping out about Gilgamesh's tomb?
I have not. Who is that?
So Gilgamesh is the giant king from the Bible that was the Nephilim. He was like 20 foot tall or some odd height, and like his burial, like apparently in 2003, he was uncovered in Iraq, and like people say that that's why we actually went over there for the war. And
That is a possibility.
And then his body ended up disappearing. Because if that's the case, are they ganking the body to try to kind of reincarnate the Nephilim? Because his body was like perfectly preserved.
Yeah. Then again, also, there was this dude. He was on the news. No, he was on like a documentary about. I can't remember exactly what, but he was talking about like these guys in suits. They actually came because he had a giant like skeleton remains that was perfect. I mean, like it just died from like millions of years ago. And these dudes came up and then they just said, forget about it. Like this never happened. And
Like
then they
Men in
destroyed
Black
all,
shit.
yeah, and then they just destroyed all the like evidence of giants back then.
What?
Like there's no more. Like it's just crazy.
I mean, they're still finding burial graves of like.
But you're never seeing them in a
I wanna go
museum.
back to Grounded.
You want to go back to Grounded?
Yeah. Is that a dinosaur?
Yes. Is that better? It looks so bright in the room. It's actually not. It's just the LEDs that are on the wall. I what was it? Because if there's a as far as like cryptid, there's a big conspiracy with the giant of Afghanistan or the giant of
Israel.
no, Kandahar.
Oh,
So I mean, this thing has been rumored since I've heard this story whenever I was in the Corps, passed down for people that whenever like during the invasion they got called because a unit went missing, and then a team responds to a cave to find this giant, like 20-foot tall or whatever, with 2 rows of teeth, 6 fingers, 6 toes, bright orange hair. Let's see, giant Kandahar. But like the way it's described is perfect with the the Nephilim. And that's why people in Afghanistan, how much is 20 feet? Uh, so, David, you're like what, 6'1", 6'2",
I'm 6'1", about
6'1".
6 foot.
Um, 20 feet.
20 feet in representation.
Take 2 stories of your house and then add 4 more feet. So, no, 4 more feet. So, like, take 2 stories of your house and then add a shorter person.
Here, hold on a minute. I got one. 2 basketball hoops and like the NBA and stuff. A giraffe is 18 feet tall.
Okay. So a giraffe and some change.
Yeah.
Uh, but yet, like, so in Afghanistan, like,
Or
you have elders in the villages. Most of the guys, gray hair, black hair, they're, I mean, Middle Eastern descent. And then you'll see a handful of these guys that are bright, bright hair. Uh, red hair, red beard. And these guys are considered sacred over there because they're believed to be descendants of the Nephilim. And that's a belief in
It's
Afghanistan.
definitely triggered.
Let's see. Gilgamesh height compared to normal human. Does it give me an image? Kind of. This is Attack on Titan.
and then also like if you think about it, like back in like the Egyptian times, like all like the Sphinx, the pharaohs, and all that, like
they're all
that.
huge compared to the other drawings.
That was my bad. I was trying to
Yes.
help you, but I was reloading.
But the largest human skeleton ever found was 25.5 feet long with a width of 10 feet from left to the right shoulder and a depth of 5 feet when measured from the back to the breastbone.
Well, Shrek doesn't do measurements on the same scale that we do. They're. I think y'all are imperial. Let's see.
25 and a half feet long.
There we go. There's a decent one. So this right here is an average human being. Oh, let me slide this to the left. Average human being on the right, about 5'6", which average human male. And then on your left side of that is 8.11, so almost 9 foot. And in the middle, you have what would be 24 foot. So close to what Gilgamesh's height would be. And your giraffe is sitting at 20 feet. So that's how big they are compared to us. But yeah,
Big fellers. They homebred there.
Mr. Ballin's over here talking about the giant of Kandahar.
See, I'm just genuinely curious of like what did they eat? Like if they were that massive. Like were there just like big chickens, big cows and stuff, or
I guarantee you they were slaughtering like
mammoths.
Yeah.
Like what else could there be besides mammoths?
Kandahar. I'm trying to get some kind of imagery here. Yeah, so essentially that compared to a normal person. That cleared nothing. So yeah, this dude's 20 foot compared to the guy that's being impaled. But
yeah, like an average like 5'6".
Yeah, on the right hand side of this image is us, me and you. In the middle is what Gilgamesh would have been.
And then you got a giraffe.
And then a giraffe.
Oh my god. What I don't understand is like what is more believable, a horse with a horn or a 10-foot long camel with a neck that is 10 feet tall? Well, 20 feet. Which is more believable?
You don't know feet. Oh, I was just giving you what it would look like without calling it feet. So I guess I can give you the 20 foot compared to 20 feet. And
Paul, not to distract you,
what's that?
but do you believe that unicorns were real?
I mean, they were mentioned. Well, people say they were mentioned in the Bible. I never read about it in the Bible.
I don't think it's in the Bible. Is it?
What do y'all measure by, Shrek? But I believe they exist. I believe it was completely plausible that they existed. Meters. Oh, okay. Everything's in meters. So 3 meters or 1 meter is roughly 3 feet for us. So, 6.5 meters is what you're looking at. 6.5 meters tall. But like I don't, if like unicorns did exist, I don't believe that they were like what,
like cute and cuddly. I feel like they were like dangerous. Did you ever watch like the Cabin in the Woods with Chris Hemsworth? Is that his name? The guy who played Thor.
She's laughing because she got clapped on COD.
Fucking crazy.
The what, David?
Did you ever watch that movie, The Cabin in the Woods with what was his name? The guy who plays Thor.
I didn't know he was in a Cabin in the Woods movie.
Yeah, he was, but more or less, it was a unicorn. You actually need to watch that movie. It's pretty crazy.
But it was like the sadistic type.
It was like it killed so many people.
Well, dude, like older stories kind of like refer to them as like savage beasts.
I mean, I
But
would too if I
He
looked
just
at the
jumped
whole.
down going towards the
because
middle.
like in Greek mythology, you have unicorns and then you have like Pegasus. Pegasus have
Yeah,
wings. Um,
I don't believe those. I don't believe in Pegasus, but I believe those actually unicorns.
because the actual fact that it can take flight just doesn't make sense.
I just, I just couldn't. I can't see it.
How do I get this off?
I'm gonna tell you like I told the kids, you don't.
Fuck you, I'll get it off.
Let's see what else I had.
What you trying to get off?
One of those Ramoon like Japanese drinks that has the
Oh, she's trying to get the marble.
yeah.
I want it.
Just break the glass.
No, we're not just gonna break the glass.
Huh?
David's like, just break the glass.
No, I think the thingy comes off.
I mean, you can
My
pry,
way simpler.
you can pry it off.
I'll figure it out. Fuck, I'll go get a heat gun and heat that bitch up and pop it right off. I think I won't.
Let's see what else am I sitting on. I have so many different things here. But yeah, as far as completely random
Fucking
conspiracies, I'm trying to think of some like off the wall ones
Yeah.
that are like a little ridiculous. I keep looking at Giant of Kandahar. Oh, the rattling of the bottle.
What?
He was like, that was so loud.
I'm sorry.
My maraca.
I'm sorry.
She's trying to
I'm
get
just
into
loud.
this thing right here. She wants that marble out of the bottle on a lid that doesn't come off.
I'm just loud. I am very sorry.
Myths about the Holocaust.
I wouldn't.
Oh boy.
No, not that one. Now, let me see something here. Wildest conspiracies. If I can spell.
Yeah, here's the CIA had a hand in JFK's assassination.
Now that one's fucking trippy because like that kind of goes with the Mandela effect. Because I remember growing up watching the videos on this, and like the Lincoln car that he was in was it was a 4-seater car.
Mm-hmm.
But if you watch the video now, it's a 6-seater, and they had 6 people in a car, not 4.
Well, no, they had 6. They had him, his wife, and 4 security guards that were because he was sitting on the back of on the trunk
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
convertible.
But watch JFK car in museum. Now I'm gonna pull this image up. If you look at this image here, where is it at? Well, why are there so many of them? This one? Yeah. So if you look at it, there's only 4 seats.
Yes.
But in the video, there were 6.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Nope, not right there. Yeah, there were 6 seats. JFK assassination. What the fuck?
Let's say we got Mount Rushmore, Area 51.
What's the conspiracy of Mount Rushmore? Yeah, there's. So here's a video right here.
Yeah. Hold on, let me go back to it. Where'd it go? The hidden chamber filled with government secrets behind Mount Rushmore.
Like in the ear or something.
Like,
Yeah, see, I'm playing the video. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he gets. I'm gonna pause it right there because that's right where he's about to get smacked for the second time. That peels his scalp back. That's a weird image on the right side right there. That looks like a face. What the fuck is that? I paused this at a perfect moment.
what?
Can you? I'm gonna have to. Can you see the stream?
Yeah, I can see it.
Look right here. Can you see my cursor? You can't see my cursor.
No, I cannot. Oh no, there's a secret. Like, there's a conspiracy theory that one of the guys in the car actually shot him.
Well, they're saying the driver turned around and popped him.
Yeah.
Oh,
But if you look to the right side of the video, right in front of the freaking A-frame or the A-pillar, that's a straight up face. Like, you can see the two eyes, because it's like a triangle shape, and it looks like someone's head's upside down, but you can see the two eyes on the top.
Wait, where are you looking at right here, boss?
what are you talking about?
Let me see if I can show my cursor. That's a face. Right there.
Yeah, I'm not seeing where you're seeing it.
Hold on, I'm pulling this up. See, I wish I can show my cursor.
Is that like to the far right, right above that car door?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I'm looking at a nose, two eyes above it, and the mouth on the bottom, what looks like right before it turns to the black, like a shoulder.
Yeah.
I just so
I don't
happened
know.
to pause it on that. That's fucking weird. The Republic of Lies theory? That one's new. Let's find out. Probably the United States of America in itself. Explores the fixation with conspiracy theories. Ah. Looks beyond the characters of conspiracy theories to explain their tenacity without lending the theories validity. Oh, I guess it's just the obsession with conspiracy theories. The best way I can put this is because people have brought up so many points in our like society here, and there's been so many instances where like the American people have been lied to and caught that no one knows what to freaking trust anymore. And I mean that's the same to say with a lot of places around the world, but like pretty much every event that's taken place, people have found loopholes, people have found plot holes and issues with everything. So like if you go back to 1960s and they're like, we landed on the moon. Okay, we landed on the moon. But then you look at it at the modern day time span now, where NASA's like, well, we no longer have the technology that we did back then. We lost it. And that's quote unquote word for word what the guy said in the interview at NASA. We lost the technology. And they told us that the type of technology that's in a Game Boy Color from 1988 has more computing power than the computers they used to land the rocket on the moon. But with the leaps and bounds we made in technology now, we have a fucking rocket from SpaceX that could land itself on propulsion alone, and you're telling me that we can't go back.
Now let me ask you: do you think Jeff Bezos actually went to the moon?
Do I think Jeff Bezos went to the moon?
Yeah, do you not remember whenever him and Elon Musk like had a like big old beef because
I don't think he
Elon was
went to
like,
the. I don't think he went to the. He didn't go to the moon. He went to space.
how sure are you that
I
he went?
I, I doubt it. I mean, it's essentially the 1960s Russian and American space race again, just between two guys.
But my
Which,
question is, what
which part makes no sense, right? What's your question, David?
I lost it after. I'll come back. We'll come back to it.
No, like I don't know. It's just I think it's just generations of people growing up and being told different things, and then all of a sudden things are different. Like so, for instance, history that I learned.
It repeats itself.
Well, the history that I learned in school, the things that I learned in school, in textbooks, are taught significantly differently than how they were taught back then. Like, not worded differently. Like, events are completely different. Uh, and it's just I don't know really how to explain it because like I listen to some of the stuff the kids are doing in school now, and I'm like, that's not how that happened. But I think the Republic of Lies, like on that, where it says it's a fixation with conspiracy theories, but like I think that's basically what our country's become. It's just a republic of fucking lies. There's been so much corruption, so many scandals, so many negative things that have happened that I think our country has come to the point of just it's constant cover up after cover up after cover up after cover up. So no one knows what to believe anymore. And it splits a damn country in two. But yeah, you can look that video up. It was just a NASA. Just type in NASA interview where they lost the technology. They straight up told him, it's like, yeah, we lost that technology. We no longer have it. Like, dude, I had your computer has less computing data to land on the moon than most people have in their modern day toasters. And it's a little ridiculous. Do I think we landed on the moon? I don't think we landed on the moon in the 60s. I don't. I think it was a space race, and then we had some editing to make it look like we did. Uh, well, no, it's not so much in the blueprints. It's in like the computers in NASA with the communication and like the landing process. But honestly, with you saying that, have they heard of blueprints? Dude, I feel like if they were to use the same exact blueprints for the lunar lander that they did in the 60s, everything would scream that it wouldn't be possible. Like the pictures of the lunar lander. Let's see.
If you actually like watch the
Like, dude,
like
it's got
the moon
panels.
landing, like if you generally watch the moon landing, you'll if you watch the flag, it waves, and there's no oxygen
They
or
they
no
they
current, no nothing.
they explained that somehow. I don't remember what it was, but like looking at this image, this thing has panels and rivets, and what looks like fucking aluminum foil. Like, dude, there is no anything now that's paneled that would be able to make it into space. Everything's supposed to be seamless. And you're telling me that pop rivets in this metal fucking box in the 60s survived the pressure of space. And people are bringing up,
Absolutely.
yeah,
They used actual steel back then, not aluminum like we do today.
yep, 1999 Ford or 1989 Ford Bronco.
That's right.
You can base
99
things
Jeep
off
Cherry.
of old. You can, but what's another thing is like we think it's weird, like all these like progressions in technology. Why the hell haven't we gone back? Like it was so important to sit in the '60s. Why is it no longer important?
What did they find up there?
Don't go to the dark side of the moon.
You might find Optimus Prime.
You will find Megatron, and he is pissed.
I mean, I would be too if I kept getting my ass kicked.
There was also another interview. I don't know if it was taken out of context or people like bit and pieced it, but it was with Neil Armstrong, and they had asked him about something with the moon, and he like responds, he's like, "Cause we've never been." They're like, "Whoa, wait a minute, sir." But like when people talk to him about the Apollo mission, dude, he gets violent now. Like,
There was this one dude that actually like allegedly went to space, and he I think it was like the originals, like Buzz and all them. One dude said he couldn't remember seeing stars.
I mean, look at the image right here. There's no fucking stars, and there's no light pollution from any atmosphere on the moon to stop this you from seeing the endless stars in space. And that's the only thing on Earth that keeps us from being able to see it is the amount of light pollution in the sky. Dude, you're on the moon. There's no fucking atmosphere to it to fucking stop it. And yet, every picture on the moon you look at,
Is that brass wrap on that? Like aluminum foil?
that's what it looks like. I mean, they call it a heat shield, but like none of these pictures, you will see a fucking star anywhere in there.
No.
Not a single one.
Where did they go? Dude, if you generally like look at the dirt, you can definitely tell that's like dried up, dirty, like drywall. Like I mean, like just think about it. Like
Well, people
just
believe that the guy that directed Full Metal Jacket and helped in like The Shining with uh, Stephen King.
Jack Nicholson.
No, not the actor. Um, who directed Full Metal Jacket?
I don't know.
It is
Michael Bay.
Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah.
So they believe that Stanley Kubrick and what's the other fuckhead's name? They believe he helped direct the filming of the moon landing with NASA. But like and a lot of people say like some of it was faked because they film all their shit underwater. All of the stuff on the space station looks like it's green screen. The people are on freaking cables. Like it's you don't know what to fucking believe because the evidence is so damn plausible.
There is no fucking way.
Do I think we have the capabilities now? Yeah, I do. Do I think we've been on the moon since then? I do. But I don't think it was publicized. I feel like there's a strong possibility we've been freaking mining shit or like studying shit on the moon for a while now. Like they managed to get those dudes on the moon, but yet there are so many other like catastrophes that took place. And how about we stop focusing so much on the moon and we start focusing on the goddamn ocean?
See, they won't though. They won't go in the ocean.
Why? Because they got sharks?
No, because there's something down there that they will not go and like face.
Who was it? There was a
Like we
there
know
was an
we know more
explorer.
about.
He said he saw something down there. Oh my god. What was it? Explorers. Quote about. I misspelled that. QUOTE. About the depth of the ocean. Who was it? They said man isn't
I think I'm hopping
ready.
off here.
Who was it? James Cameron?
Right.
Was it James Cameron? No. I don't remember who it was. I'll have to look at it. But the guy said that, like, so he went down to a certain depth and he came up, like, flustered, saying that man is not ready for what we saw down there. Oh, I left the Discord chat. Shit. I accidentally exited out of that. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, I accidentally closed out of that. But yeah, it said that the guy went down there, he came up all flustered, and he's like, mankind's not ready for what's down there.
For what's down there.
Maybe they don't know about the. Maybe they do know about the sea, but aren't telling it exactly. Mankind isn't ready for what's.
That's like the dude who went deep sea, well not deep sea, but deep water diving in the New River right here in Hinton.
Yeah.
And he used to be like a military like diver and stuff, and he hasn't been in the water since he explored that.
Jacques Cousteau.
Yeah.
Is the one that said that. French explorer Jacques Cousteau did a deep water dive in Lake Tahoe in the 1970s, only to emerge with no documentation or photography. It is said that Cousteau emerged from the dive and claimed that the world isn't ready for what's down there. What the heck did he see? The numerous rumors around Lake Tahoe might answer that very question, while they're only rumors. But it's 1,644 foot down to the bottom of the lake.
How many meters is that trick?
So that'd be that times 3, or that divided by 3. Let's see. So what is that? 1644. 1644 divided by 3. So that Lake Tahoe, Shrek, is 548 meters deep. So yeah, like dead bodies in the lake, fucking monsters, all kinds of random shit. But I mean, Jacques Cousteau is a pretty famous explorer, and if that alone he learned from a diving in the Lake Tahoe, think about like the Marianas Trench, and then they've recently found areas that are deeper than the Marianas Trench. They just don't have anything that can withstand that pressure.
Titanic.
Yeah, and then they got people that are finding rivers under the ocean,
Waterfalls
under the ocean. Like they're finding beaches under the ocean.
Like what if there's like an actual like secret like world under the ocean that like
it's got
like
its own
like like ecosystem
sentient
and
beings.
yes, like their own like species and stuff.
Mermaids.
Did you actually see like the old the videos of like the true mermaids?
Of the true mermaids?
Yes, look up like the actual videos of like real life mermaids.
I've seen a handful of different videos. I mean, they're horrifying. They're not like the beautiful
Ariel.
little mermaid shit you see.
But like what are those stupid sirens? They're the reason why boats get sunk and stuff, like old Haley said.
Yeah. I mean, it's similar to what we were talking about the other day with the cryptids.
Yeah, and then the like little sea monkeys or whatever you call them that you buy at like the novelty gift shop
Yeah.
that are actually just a bunch of like dust specks, but not going to get into that.
God damn it.
Like what if it's like a bunch of those like types of creatures and like they've like adapted like so beyond that we are just like that dude said we are just generally not ready for it to like deal with.
I don't know, man. Like, it's.
Like there's a whole lot of like shit that
Yeah.
just nobody
There,
knows.
there is a theory that the Titanic was sunk on purpose. Yes. The
Actually, it
billionaire.
was it was the
The,
Olympian
the Olympia.
for Instagram.
It was the sister ship to the Titanic. Because if you look, like they did some of the exploration on the Titanic, and the serial numbers on the propellers matched up to the Olympia, and like other parts of the ship matched up to the Olympia. But they said they sunk it because they had some like relatively important figures on there that there was something that they were gonna either blow the whistle on or invest into. I don't remember what. But a guy that was involved with them decided not to take part of that
That deal.
that voyage, and he stayed back. Like he canceled his trip on the Titanic last minute, and then all of a sudden, boom, disaster.
Now let me ask you, Paul. Have you ever thought about if there's cave people, not like cavemen, but like people who just genuinely live underground? Like there's just an underground world.
Like the Hollow Earth.
Kind of, not so much hollow, but like kind of like the Hobbit. I guess you could
Mm,
say hollow, like Hollow Earth.
I mean, I can't say that it's impossible.
But I'm just saying, like people, like you hear all these stories about like the sewer people who like adapted during like you know
No,
like
so
Hiroshima, the radiation bombs and everything.
Las Vegas has an entire city that's underground. It's
Yes,
below the city of Vegas, and they call them
yes,
the mole people of Las Vegas,
yes.
which is where people that go to escape, like being wanted by
Government taxes and
mafias,
all
drug dealers, freaking cartels, they all just live underground. Where is there a continue reading thing on this?
that. And then also like that also like breaks down into like the catacombs of like France, or is it Italy? The
France, the
catacombs.
catacombs of France.
Like
That's
there
a
were
place I want to go.
you couldn't pay me enough to go in there.
I mean,
Actually, you could.
you get lost, but like, where the fuck is the rest of the article? Fuck you, popular mechanics. Was Amelia Earhart eaten by crabs?
Who?
Yeah. Amelia Earhart.
Who is that?
The lady that flew around the world and disappeared.
Oh,
Is it 12
no, I
Wild
think she got
Conspiracy?
shot down. I don't know.
From fact to fiction. Let's see. I hate these
Paul, if
things.
we're not on FBI's most wanted list after tonight, I don't know what. I don't know what else.
We're on a list. I don't know what list, but we're on a list.
Oh, most definitely now. But we played ourselves.
Google Maps only asks you for feedback on its navigation when it knows it did a good job. The first man in space. Oh, dude, the Russian lost cosmonaut conspiracy is pretty wild.
The what now?
The
Here, explain that one.
the lost cosmonaut. So,
Yes.
he was the first man in space to survive the entire process because Russia was the first people to space. But they said that they had a connection with an astronaut that got separated from the ship, and they had his entire transmission as he floated away. And legend has it that he's still floating around, like the body's still floating around in outer space.
That's like that dog that they sent out to space.
Yeah. Dude, remember my theory about the mattress stores? Number 3, mattress stores are places that serve as drug cartels or money laundering companies. We talk about this at work all the time. There's an area that has 3 of them within 5 miles of one another. Who are all these people buying mattresses so frequently that you need 3 stores to keep up with the sales?
Yeah, but, oh, dude, there's one. There's 3 in Beckley. You got Sleep Outfitters, Grands, Shules, uh, Rent a Center,
Yep.
uh, Aaron's, which is more or less like a Rent a Center, but it's different. Hmm.
The new Coke was a way for Coca-Cola to switch from real sugar to corn syrup without people noticing.
Did you know that Diet Sprite and regular Sprite are the exact same? They never change any ingredients whatsoever.
Really?
Yes.
Area 51. Nothing's actually happening in Area 51. The government just keeps its people to
No,
focus on it and
dude,
ignore the shady stuff happening somewhere else.
dude, I don't believe anything's happening in Area 51. I believe like it's in a different area that nobody knows about.
Well, they say they moved the entire base basically overnight,
That's what I'm
and they
saying.
got
Like,
tunnels linking all of them.
but I'm just saying, like, let's say there's 100 areas, right? Well, let's just say, like, after that, like, everybody like, technically, quotation, rated Area 51. Like, they decided, like, like, fuck this, but, like, people are going to get stupid. And so then they just moved to, like, Area, like, 12 or something, like, some random place. Now, you've watched Stranger Things, right?
Yeah.
Did you know that's based on a true story, like, a true thing back in the, like, the 80s and 90s?
Yeah, what's it called? The Montauk Project.
Yes.
Yeah. And it originally started off with the ships where those soldiers are like, or the sailors are like fused to the boat. Like they went through time and then
Oh, yeah, yeah,
popped up
yeah.
somewhere else. Or not through time,
But
but they went through a different dimension.
yeah, but what if like that's what they're doing, and like they're trying to create like superpowered genetic kids that are just overly powered, and that's what they're going to be, the aliens that are just going to come and take over. More or less, you got like a bunch of like baby X-Men.
Yeah. If it was Area 51 to be a secret base. Yeah, I mean, the secret's out, so it'd be kind of
it'd be stupid to keep anything there if like you're
Yeah.
actually going to keep it secret. Why not move it?
And I mean, there's tunnels surrounding all of that they can move through. Like, there's tunnels throughout the U.S. that like go for hundreds upon hundreds of miles that like tractor trailers are driving through. They have their own
Yes.
gas stations. They have their own freaking like stop offs and restaurants and everything. The Denver airport conspiracy is a pretty good one if you ever want to look into that.
That would be kind of cool to see, though.
The capstone of the building literally has a Freemason logo on it. There are weird ass apocalypse murals on the walls. The runways look like a swastika, and a 50-foot tall horse statue with red glowing eyes. Yeah, that
What
whole
about
airport's fucking wild.
Kennedy Airport?
I don't know. Where's Kennedy? Is that the Denver airport?
Yeah, the Denver. Yeah, sorry, the one with the blue horse, Lucy, or
Yeah.
what is his name?
That's
Yeah,
what they call it.
they literally have signs that say "Sorry for the mess." Like
They're
and it
making
has, like,
they're making fun of it now, but it's like hiding in plain sight.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Damn, Discord's blowing up. What is that? Oh, these remind me when I get home. I'm gonna look for it. But again, somewhere I have a PDF transcription of one of the older books on the Philosopher's Stone. Hell yeah, Silda. All right. I think we've been talking for about 2 hours now. Let me pull up Twitch because I need to go to sleep. Who are we gonna raid? Raid Shadow Legends. He's still on. You still there, David?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Let me see. Channel. I appreciate you, Shrek. Thank you for hanging out like always, man. Who do we got? I appreciate you, Shrek. Thank you for hanging out like always, man. That's my own voice. That is terrible. I appreciate you, Shrek. Mute. Jesus. Abyss. We're gonna raid Abyss. David, it's been good, homie.
Yes, sir.
Once again, we'll actually try to plan out the next one.
And we never plan out. We just go as is.
This is accurate. Extremely accurate.
It works out better that way.
Yeah, and plus it's just rambling.
Yeah.
But you never know who's gonna enjoy it. Raid Lovely Abyss. If I spell that right. There she is. Playing Dead by Daylight. Alright, David. I will holler at you later, man.
Alright, man.
Till next time.
Till next time, bud.
Everybody, enjoy your night. Thank you for hanging out.